This is the second time for me recording this video, man. And you know what, man? I'm just gonna get straight to the point here, man. I ain't gonna go into numbers or anything. I'm just gonna tell you what the news has been saying about Pokemon Sword and Shield. You know, Pokemon Sword and Shield in the UK and Japan is like freaking like killing it right now. They're like, for those 3 days the game been out. The game has been selling well, and you know that's, you know, in my opinion, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And in my opinion, I'm gonna go into it in about. I'm trying to make this thing short because it's not really much. It's just a big news video. But also, I'm just gonna get my opinions on the fact that people was complaining about this game. Controversy stirred around this game. A lot of outrage, a lot of talk, a lot of fuss, a lot of fighting over this game. You know, and people still like. It's kind of crazy, man. Even to the reviews, when the reviews gave it positive scores, it seemed like people couldn't handle the fact that maybe these games may be alright and stuff like that, and people will generally enjoy these games. Well, which is not a bad thing, you know. But the fact is, my problem comes in is how people are trying to spin the news as it's bad news, because they didn't get their complaints addressed when the game was in development. They didn't get the delay they want. They didn't get all the Pokemon. They didn't get the fancy graphics, the fancy animations, all that stuff that they wanted with these Pokemon games. And however, they painted this game as a bad freaking game for a reason. I knew that if I stuck with it and I played the games, I would legit have a fun time with these games. I will legit have fun with them. Now that doesn't say I won't have complaints with the game. I will legit be surprised, and I will be rewarded for my patience with these games. You know, even at the beginning of the National Dex, man, I thought it was like stupid that most of the Pokemon got cut. But after playing the games now, you know, everything else, you know, I'll go more into this on like my initial reaction video, man. When not initial reaction, discussion video. But I'm gonna say a piece here where I'm gonna say this. After playing the games, you know, and everything, I think Game Freak will listen to the complaints, you know, due to the fact that they can now have people legitimately play the games, you know, and people are still having fun with the games, you know. And the games are good; they're solid good. Too bad about that one glitch that erased everything you have in the autosave, which I immediately cut that shit off. It's not a bad thing in the long run. You feel me? Now, here's the reason why I say this, and the reason why I say this is because I truly feel that now that, you know, Pokemon Sword and Shield is out now, and this game is selling incredibly well. I don't think Game Freak's gonna listen to the money, but they'll listen to the complaints coming with the money. You know, yeah, they get like they know that, oh yeah, we dodged the bullet now. I mean, they're buying the game, they're playing the game, but what that spells for the future of the game? This is what's gonna install to y'all. If y'all don't think about this way, the games are selling well. They're lucky that games are selling well because a lot of people were telling people not to buy the games and everything else. However, doesn't mean the backlash from this game won't affect the next game. So Game Freak is kind of in this kind of state where, oh, the games are selling well, that's good. I mean, but what that spells for the next game, it can go either way now. Now they barely dodged the bullet with this game. How do people want to feel for the next game? So they have no choice but to listen to criticisms. Now, would they address the national decks? No, they would not. They're not, because in my honest opinion, and I will say this for the discussion, in my honest opinion, I do not think the national decks would have helped these games at all. I think it would have hindered the games more than helped the games, like the full national decks. You think having all the Pokemon in these games would have worked out? Hell to no. After what I played personally, and I can prove it, I can vouch that I have a legit copy of Pokemon Sword right here. I have a legit copy of Pokemon Sword right here, and that's physical too. That's a physical game too, man. See? Physical. I can vouch that the national decks would not help these games at all. I think it would have hindered a lot what the games have going on for it. So, in my honest opinion, I do see Game Freak addressing complaints with probably the next games or next generation. So now Game Freak's got to be careful because they barely got this game out and selling great. You know, I fully accept Let's Go was a holdover title until these games got out, but in my honest opinion, the games right now are generally fun and they are great. You know, flaws, mind you, they have flaws. This game does have its flaws. I gotta say this because some people would think I'm being overly positive about Game Freak. You will hear this when I put up my initial impressions of the game. I played about 10 hours of the game. I think I have enough data to at least justify what I got to say about the game. So, yeah. So in the long run, Pokemon on Sword and Shield selling good is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Game Freak will listen to your complaints. Right? And I think the controversy shook them up, but they will listen to your complaints next generation. Now that you're putting more money towards it, you're funding your complaints. Trust me, you're funding your complaints, and a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people will tell you that you're installing, this behavior inside Game Freak. You're making them think they can put out a media product and they can sell well. But when you actually think about it and put your mind at ease about some of these complaints and flaws, and then you start thinking rationally about it, they got no choice else but to listen now. They have no choice else but to listen now. So anywho, it's your boy Kahuna Silver signing out. Deuces.